Okay, friends, and frenemies, it's 30 days since the attempted assassination of a presidential candidate in the USA. 30 days is 30 days, and I started this the day before, actually, and now it's moved forward. So your question is, what do we do when Grandma or Grandpa moves in with us and they're not feeling very well, and what's a stethoscope for, and how is the money going to get worked out for the kids? What about the pop? Can I have a pop too? What about the artwork? And how come Grandma needs a lighter? And where's the justice in this? Why do we have to clean up? What about our superheroes? Can we dress up? All kinds of questions. Do we need headphones? How come Grandma wears an eye mask? Why does Grandpa need to sleep so much? What's the tea towel for? All of those questions, the why generation. That's what I call them. So here we are, August 11th in the ODAT, one day at a time. Even with a growing understanding of alanon philosophy, we might find it difficult to accept such a statement as this. Al-Anon is the way to a way to personal freedom. Suppose I feel like a prisoner trapped in an irksome way of life, as so many of us do. What am I doing about it? My obvious impulse is to try to manipulate the things and people around me into being more acceptable to me. Do I argue, rage, and weep to make my spouse behave in spouse being a blended family, a new partner, if you're a widow or widower, even just out on a date. Certainly the rage and the weeping and the argument of the past, had you not found Al-Anon, might come flying out of the closet. That's why we call it closeted. Today's reminder, I have the power to set myself free by conquering the personal shortcomings that chain me to my problems, and not the least of these is the short-sightedness that has made me refuse to accept responsibility for the way I am. Love myself, even those parts of myself that I think people might find uncomfortable. Be not overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good. One of the first things that I had to do when I moved in with my parents in 2012 was discover what the problems were with my mom's anger. She was continuing to work at her full-time job, and there were two people in the home, and I was staying with them for a short time with my grandmother and in the apartment at her house, as well as living at home. But my grandson, kinship care, had returned to live with his mother. There was a very difficult time for me. I was left in the dark. I wasn't included in a lot of the decision making. So we started a book, sort of like a communication book, and I recommend this with any new relationship when you live together, and that includes a tenant. You have to have a place to talk about your grievances and keep it open. Condos are the same. They have condo boards and that kind of thing. So very, very much you need to be able to serve and be served, and that's part of life. Humility is the ability to accept a gift. Often I find it's not really viable to purchase gifts for my grandchildren because really, unless they're with you or unless you have their parents' approval, there's not much point in getting them something else new that you think they might like, when in fact they really have a lot of other things on the go. Like, I don't know, we used to do Saturday morning cartoons, grilled cheese and fries. This is from Courage to Change, August 11th. When I feel I just can't face the world and I want nothing more than to bury my head under the covers and hide, I know I need an Al-Anon meeting. I may have to push myself out the door, but I'm always feeling better and saner when I break the isolation and reach out for help. I usually feel relief the minute I walk into an Al-Anon room, even if it's a meeting I've never attended before. I find a healing, comforting power in these rooms, a power greater than myself, and because my higher power speaks through other people, I often hear exactly what I need. We all go through periods of sadness, lethargy, and grief. That's part of life. But depression can become a habit that perpetuates itself. Unless I intercede by acting on my own behalf, Alanon cannot solve every problem. And if depression lingers, then I need to seek more help. I may want to consider seeking professional help, but more often than not, what I need to do is bring my body to an Alanon meeting. I know that no matter how I feel, when I take an action to go get some help, I make myself available to my higher power in these rooms. When in doubt, I will go to an Alanon meeting and invite my higher power to do for me that which I cannot do for myself in all our affairs. There are times when I have to hunt through a situation, and when this happens, the choice is not whether to hurt or not to hurt, but what to do while I am hurting in all our affairs.